Is that you want us to behave?
Yes.
Welcome to the Livestream.
I was worried I was gonna fall down for a second.
You know what? I was really hoping I'd be able to control it from here.
Yo.
Okay, I'm gonna step back from it. Let's see.
You want us to say something?
Oh, perfect. Yo. There we go. Okay. Turn that off. Okay. Yeah. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Cascade Productions Upstream 2020 event. This is supposed to be part 2, but there have been some schedule changes because that happens. So yeah, welcome here. This is Sterling, if you don't know him. This is Courtney, and I am Alex. I sure do too, but they might be new to the channel. They might have never seen any of us before.
That's cool.
So yeah. Before we do anything or explain exactly what's going on, I'd like to say a big thanks to New Hope Lutheran Church for allowing us to use their space in the midst of this disease. So because of that, we have to wear masks and social distance. But in return, we have a huge room where we can have more space. Because, you know, don't want to end up killing each other or something. Okay, so yeah, thank you to New Hope Lutheran Church. So now, what are we doing here? Do you guys know what we're doing here?
Upstream.
Upstream. Yeah. So this live stream, I wanted to end the year off with some positivity, and so I kind of want to look back at what has happened this year. Mostly the good, maybe mention the bad. Hopefully YouTube won't suppress us, but that's okay. Yeah.
First Amendment.
Huh?
First Amendment, freedom of speech.
YouTube doesn't care about the First Amendment.
Well, they're supposed to.
They do. I'm sorry, YouTube. Yeah, so let's start with January 2020. The good old days.
I don't even remember that far back.
Oh, before we actually start, you guys, if you have any like cool memories when we're going through the months and stuff, if you remember something, I'm watching the comments and stuff on here, so feel free to comment something and I will mention it if you want. Yeah. You're remembering January.
Yeah.
Like, do you have something?
Speech.
Speech.
Yeah.
Both of you guys are
Yeah.
in speech and debate.
Yeah.
My good things about speech too.
Oh, goodness. That's fun.
Yeah.
All right, well, you guys say yours.
I'll go first, I guess. So the good thing that happened in January for me was speech and debate, and our school beat the 38-year defending champions at state. So pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And that was our first time in Class B.
And that was, you were still at Central, right?
Yeah.
So that was, yeah, that's awesome.
Double A is a whole different thing.
Yeah, yeah. That's cool. Yours? What's yours? Oh, unless you were not one.
I mean, no, that's basically it. I also beat Tommy, my rival.
Nice.
It's pretty solid.
It's always good when that happens. Your turn.
My turn. I gotta remember what weeks happened in January. I think we had a Northwest meet. Northwest. And one of the rounds I was watching my buddy and there was one chair left and one girl had walked in and I was already in the chair, but she had a skirt on and I had slacks on. I sat an entire round of either poetry or poi, just kneeling on the ground. I died. It was great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, January. What happened in January for me?
The beginning of the year.
I actually remember, and it's kind of funny because I kind of want to start 2021 the same way. I was with, this is also, so you guys watching, I vlog my journey around here in the sun and whatever. So when I say something, a lot of it is going to be in the vlogs. Some of it won't be, but a lot of it will be. So you guys can like see it. Hold on. I know this is going to turn off on me, so we're going to do it. So I remember starting the year off with my grandparents. On December 31st, 2019, I was at my grandparents' house. We were playing Uno, and I wanted to vlog it. And I asked my grandmother, I was like, can I videotape you? She was like, yeah, yes. And so I did. But then once I turned the camera on, she started complaining. I swear I asked her and she said yes. So she started like trying to hide from the camera. But man, that was fun. And then once the clock struck midnight, I was like, Happy New Year! And I left my grandparents' house by myself and I drove like 50 miles away to take photos with my dad's new iPhone 11 Pro. My family dynamic is interesting. But yeah, it was, that was a really good way to start off the year for me. And I also started it in the vlogs by saying, here's to a great new year. Look how that ended up for us. I mean,
not terrible.
no, it was, on an individual basis, I think 2020 was really, really good for a big chunk of us. I said that in one of the little promotional things. I was like, when you look at every day by itself, it wasn't all that bad. But yeah, that's how I started. Do you guys have any other ones for January? Because
My start was terrible.
Your start was terrible?
I was probably the sickest I've ever been the very first day of the new year.
Man.
And it only got worse.
Oh, what? That is rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got better.
I hope so. It's been a whole year.
The entire year.
Yeah. Anything else for you? No?
I don't think so.
The speech?
Just speak here. I kind of control my life.
I do think, I want to fact check this really quick. No?
I don't know when DECA was. I think that was February.
Yeah, I'm going to look back here. I want to fact check. I went back to GCU in January and we did a whole bunch of things and I'm trying to remember. cool. I have nothing from that time.
Did I go to Big Sky? Whoa. I didn't know.
I think, if I go into the vlogs here, chapter 2. That was a long one. Yeah. So I don't remember if this is exactly in January or February, but what I do remember is that this is around the time when I got casted in a Star Wars fan film with a few of my friends. And that was like the first higher level filming production that I had ever worked on. And so that was a learning experience. It was a lot of fun. If you guys want to check that out, it's on, what's it called?
Streetlight Production.
Is that the channel? Oh, okay. I know their Instagram's Streetlight Studios.
No.
But yeah, Streetlight Productions is the name of that. And just search for Uncivilized. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, I did that. And then I think that was it for January, for the big stuff. But yeah. So now, February.
What happened in February? I don't even know. I managed the basketball team for school.
Oh, really?
And I got a letter for just sitting there at a game, so that was kind of cool. But, oh yeah, wait. No. I need to check my calendar. You guys can go.
Okay.
I broke my phone in January.
In January?
Yeah, no, in February. In February, it was like, because I dared my friend Duncan out of me had my phone, and he was sitting on the couch. And he held it face down, as if he was gonna drop it, but I didn't care. I didn't think it would break. So I'm like, he won't do that. Well, he did. It broke. Hey, look, fire truck. Thanks. And then we were hosting a meet, and we had a lot of snow, and I dropped my phone. So while we had this really bad snowstorm, the only way I could communicate was through my computer.
Oh, yeah. There have been some times with that. It's annoying. Yeah. February. A lot of my first half is like film stuff. I think, yeah, February was when I worked on Interrogation, another Streetlight Productions production. And that was a lot of fun. I won't spoil it for you. Go watch it. And the behind the scenes, which is on my channel. But that was a lot of fun. It was a 72-hour film challenge, so we had to make a film within the time of 3 days. And we blew it out of the ballpark so much that it wasn't accepted. But you can learn the specifics of that story. But yeah. Are you ready?
For what?
To share.
I already shared. I managed the basketball team.
Oh, that was your thing?
Yeah, that's about all that happened.
Oh.
Pretty boring.
Yeah, February was pretty boring.
Nothing happens.
I had a musical. That was fun. Yeah.
at DECA. That was fun. I don't remember anything, but it was fun.
Yeah. In February, I got sick right at the end. I got really sick. And I only remember that because I usually don't get sick, but I'm pretty sure it was allergies because I was in Phoenix and they have different plants and different seasonal things. So I think I caught a really bad head cold, but the disease was already a thing. And I remember my roommate coming in with Febreze and spraying the crap out of me. It was like, yeah, that was fun. I just wanted to watch TV, but yeah, and that was right at the end of February. And then, shall we move on to March,
That's when everything started.
the forbidden month?
So, think of what happened. A lot happened that was good until my birthday. So I turned 16 in March, which that was cool. But other than that, I got a dog as well. Like at the beginning, and that was also cool. But then like the day my birthday happened was the day we went into lockdown. And then like nothing happened. But
Yeah.
My speech team, we had gotten up at like 3 a.m. I think, I don't know. I just remember it was ridiculously early and I was trying to sleep on it. But we were about 1 or 2 hours away from where state was being held, which was on the other side of the state, when we get the phone call that state speech debate for Wyoming was canceled.
Oh.
We were so angry. We went back, we ate Chinese, and we went to the movies. That's how we blew up our steam. It was so.
Yeah. I remember March vividly, although I had a lot of fun. My March was a little bit different. It started off with another film, and this one I was directing, called Thoughtless. And it was going to be awesome. I had the best cast I could ever ask for. I practically wrote the script for people who were going to be in it. I mean, it was going to be a lot of fun. And we made a schedule. The production went longer than what I thought it would. I thought I could film in a week, but it spread out into like 2.5 weeks. And that's right about when things started shutting down. And also it was right around Easter, so, right? I don't know if it was Easter, but it was spring break, so I was gonna go back that Thursday, and I was walking to my roommate's car with him. He was gonna take me to the airport. So I was coming back to Montana, and he goes, "Oh, I think they finally done it," because all the schools were shutting down, and GCU had been thinking about it, and then they finally said, "Yep, we're gonna go online." And that was when I was leaving for break. So that was unfortunate. So I was completely unprepared to just stay home. So I had to go back to Phoenix, pack up all my stuff. I flew back on a plane with like 40 people on it. It's got about a capacity of like 150 or something like that. And then packed up, said goodbye to my friends, and I drove back. And that was probably I label that the adventure of the year. I've had a lot of adventures this year, by myself and then people closest to me, you guys, and the rest of the Cascade Productions crew. Yeah, but I think the journey from Arizona to Montana, that was a lot of fun. Even though it was me trying to get home because we didn't know if the states were going to shut down. But yeah. I remember prom was canceled. That's why I came early for spring break in the first place. And I remember walking into school like, okay, so this is weird. So I was dating somebody who was still in high school. And so we were going to go to the prom together. And then when the disease started coming up, they limited prom to people who had remained in the state for the past month or so.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I couldn't go. And I fought them on that. And I finally won. And then the next day they're like, okay, it's canceled for everybody. And I was like, well, okay, cool. So then, yeah, I went back to Phoenix early. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then there was quarantine. And I quarantined for 2.5 weeks or something like that. By myself in the room. I really wanted to do a vlog, but I wasn't sure how crazy I would get on camera, alone by myself for 2 weeks, so I decided not to. Would have been like one of Mr. Beast's stuck in an insane asylum for 24 hours, except 2 weeks in my room. It would have been fun, sure, but yeah. That was March. Anything else in March for you guys? No, that was a short one.
Yeah. Capital.
Yeah. I remember I was still on my lyrical music kick, and I wanted to write a song called Ides of March.
It's my birthday.
Yeah, that's what it hit. Yeah.
Wait, what?
It's my dad's birthday too.
There's not so many people on my birthday. It's weird.
Yeah. April.
I turned 18.
Yay!
What happened?
Did you have a party, or did you just have to celebrate alone with your family?
No, actually, I did have some friends come over who got attacked by my brothers with confetti guns as they walked in the door. Confetti guns and silly string.
Sounds about right.
We had a big silly string war in my kitchen. I was surprised Mom let that happen.
My sister got engaged. That was cool.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely a story we should tell when we come to it.
When we get to December.
Yeah, that is honestly like hearing that story is probably one of the highlights of any stories I've heard this year. So yeah, but yeah, that's interesting. My dad says that I should lock myself in my room for 2 weeks for a vlog just for fun. I could, if you guys really want that, I will do it. Dad, please supply me for 2 weeks. Because then if not, I'm gonna die. Give me a mini fridge. That would be nice. Yeah.
I also got a job. That was cool.
Oh yeah.
At Walmart.
When did you get your Walmart job? You guys both worked at work and we worked at Walmart.
I worked.
Yeah, I didn't start working though until like June.
April. What happens in April for me? I don't know. That was my break from the vlogs. So there wasn't much going on. I was editing the mega vlog, Drive the Horizon. That's about it, really. I did not do much. Yeah. I think that is legitimately everything. Watched the world burn. Yeah. You know?
What's next?
May?
My brother graduated high school. That was cool. But other than that, not much.
Aaron came and visited the first week of May. He's my friend. And then the end of May, I graduated. I was so ready to be done.
Yeah.
Still recovering.
There's actually a bit of that in the Upstream video.
Yep.
When it comes up, oh, that's right. So I said that was part one, right? Well, I would say that there's just 3 parts. They're all whatever. The Upstream video will be uploaded tomorrow at the end of the day. So if you're wondering where that is, that's where that is. Here's this. And then when I was talking about the announcement video that I want to make for all of the cool things that I want to do in 2021, I wanted to do that at the end of this. But with figuring out how to do this live stream, I couldn't figure out how to like link it to something like Zoom or anything. So that will be on January 1st. So just if you're wondering, that's the new schedule. So yeah, anyway, back to May. I had to say that. Anything else for you two?
No.
Yeah. The months, they're all pretty uneventful until July, you know, between March of the year. In May, it's kind of funny. I think it was actually the second vlog in chapter 3. I went to Makoshika, and this is something that only you guys watching it right now and watching in the future will know until it comes out. But I went to Makoshika for fun, and then I was talking to my dad, and I was like, it'd be really fun to do a second season of Montana the Great Tour. And I think this should be the one of the episodes at Makoshika. And he said, oh, cool. I thought we were going there for that in the first place. So, no, I just needed to get out. That explains a lot of the adventures I took after the disease happened. I would just take an adventure by myself or with one person just to get out. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, and that's where I really started trying to continue doing more projects in the midst of all of this, which made it really difficult. It halted most of the film industry, even short film industries. So that was a good start to get things moving again. But yeah, that was May. June. Yeah. Oh, in May I started hanging out with different people. That was fun. it was just interesting. I got to meet a lot of new people. That was good. And then, yeah, June.
I don't remember anything that happened in June. I just worked. I think I went camping once, but basically it was just that. So, chilling, living life.
You know what happened in June.
I know what happened in June. I worked 2 jobs, and then you went down to Yellowstone, like the 15th or the 16th, sometime in there. And then we were able to see each other for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we do a quick background to that story?
Yeah.
Are you gonna do it?
Mhm.
Oh, I'm talking a lot. You guys are talking a lot. So I met Courtney in Costa Rica. No, actually Denver.
Denver Airport on our way to Costa Rica.
It was the most stereotypical cinematic meetup of 2 characters you could ever imagine. I was just sitting there on my phone or reading a book or something, and this person across from me is like, "So where are you going?" or something like that.
Mhm. Yeah, because my crew had left, and so I was watching our bags, and then your group got back, and that's when I saw the EF bag, and I was like, oh, cool, they're on an EF tour too.
Mhm.
So then I asked you where you were going.
And we ended up figuring out we were in the same group. We were just 2 different subgroups. We were going to the same
2
place.
schools, 1 group.
Yeah. And that was cool.
That was fun.
And then one night they taught us how to salsa, and you were my partner. And then after that, I had to show you all the really cool photos that I'd taken around the entire world. And then we were best friends. Yeah, so that was in 2019. That was in June of 2019.
Mhm.
And then,
It had been like an exact year since we had met each other that you were.
yeah, so then we left Costa Rica, and we had talked almost every day.
We talked a lot.
Yeah, and then all this happened, and I remember when we were in Costa Rica, I said, "Well, I might find myself in Yellowstone one of these days. So if I do, where you live is only like an hour and a half away, so why not?" So then that actually happened a year later, and yeah, so then that's what happened in June this year. We got to see each other for the first time in a year and 4 days, something like that. A year and a week. Yeah.
It was pretty close.
And then that's when everything started getting better, I think. Is that something, is that the same for you? The things started getting better.
I mean, things got better. I just don't remember. But it did get better. Like,
Yeah.
more things happened.
Yeah.
I don't remember my entire summer. Like, none of it. Actually, I remember August. August was always good.
Sometime in there, we started Cascade Breaks, that podcast.
Oh,
You were never on it. I really wanted you to be. You were. Yeah.
Italian Spider-Man.
Italian Spider. I still haven't seen that. I will watch it tonight. We will watch it tonight.
Italian Spider-Man. Like,
Hey Siri. No, not you. Remind me to watch Italian Spider-Man tonight. Oh, I went too late. Hey guys, sorry for this.
you want me just to text me?
No, remind me to watch Italian Spider-Man.
Done.
Thank you. Dad! Okay. Yeah.
I'm checking my calendar. I'm not
Okay.
on stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think I did. Uh-huh. Shoot.
June, I went to Yellowstone twice. You'll know why in 2 days.
And we still went back a third time,
Yeah, we did.
but we're not there yet.
We're not.
That was in September.
My dad says, I'll feed you whatever you can fit under the door. Not much can fit under that door.
You're gonna be eating a lot of fruit leather.
Don't give him any ideas.
Too late.
Single packaged bacon. Remember, I have my butane cooker in there, so.
Oh, yes. No, that was July. Never mind.
What? Oh,
Yeah, that was July. So we'll get to that. I guess in June, I really got into biking more, which we will continue on in July. I also saw some moose in the sluice boxes, but
Yeah. So July then. July. Huh?
well, now that we're here. So I guess it was the first week of July. Me and Alex did this like 30-something mile bike ride, like across the entire city. And that was fun.
Yeah, I wonder if I can find that workout.
I rode my bike into a bathroom on purpose.
That was funny.
It was funny.
Let's see. I'm sure I have one.
Yeah, well,
July. Probably the 23, almost 24 mile.
so much happened in July.
I'll go and show you. Oh, do you guys like my socks?
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse.
There's some.
Yeah, that's what we rode. You have, unless you live in this town, you have no way of knowing how far that is. It's a lot though. Yeah.
I think I attempted to do, like, just bike as much as I could in a day. I ended up biking like 30 miles in 2 hours and then was dead.
Please.
So I was looking through my photos, a lot happened that one. So I guess after the bike ride, I started getting into astrophotography with Alex. He went out, yeah. That was like right after the bike ride. We did some photos and it was cool. And then I had my Boy Scout KBRM camp and a lot happened at this. So first of all, back to my job at Walmart. So there's this guy I worked at Walmart with named Tanner, and he went missing. Like, we knew where he was, like the workers did and everything, but I didn't, and I never really brought up Tanner until like a week before camp. I'm like, where's Tanner at? And then I go to camp, and it turns out he's running it.
Wait, Tanner, like,
Yeah.
this is my dad. Your grandpa.
Yeah, but it turns out Tanner was running the camp. I just finally went missing from going to quit. He did end up quitting. And then I reunited with Elijah. Because I had this, like, our group leader there was our group leader 2 years ago at a different camp. And that was cool.
We all somehow know this kid named Elijah, not because of each other. And it's freaky, to be honest with you. It's a
Hilarious.
small world, and it's a hilarious one, too. Yeah.
He told me to stop running into people he knew, and I told them to just stop meeting them first. He said he wasn't going to do that, so.
Yeah.
And then, what else? I went to Colorado that month too, right after camp, and I got to see my uncle kayak, and he's like a professional. He used to be a professional, and he is so good. I don't get it. Like, yeah, that happened.
Okay, now, in July, so
was in, oh wait, my brother graduated in July, but they put off the graduation until then. So like school finished.
Oh,
And that's
I
why I went to
forgot.
Boulder.
Sorry.
It's good. I'm done.
You're done?
Yeah.
Well, they might not have heard because I wasn't.
Okay. I went to Boulder because my brother graduated in July, not in May when I thought he did. But yeah.
Yeah, so I asked her for photography in July,
That was July.
but
That's cool.
I was out one night and I was like, I saw the thing. I was like, what the heck is that? It was the comet. That was in July too.
That was.
It was?
Yes.
That was a compliment.
That was.
That was pretty cool.
That was cool.
Yeah, I wish I had a switcher thing because then I wouldn't have to walk up and do this. Next year, guys.
I could actually see the comet from my window. My parents' house.
At K-Barn, we like did this camp out in a ghost town. And like the comet, yeah, like the comet was right between these two mountains.
Oh,
We could just watch it while we were going to sleep. That was cool.
nice. Yeah, July was good.
July was good.
A lot of astrophotography. That's
I guess we did our I went to Tower Rock for the first time in July. That was like the very last day.
oh yeah.
But, oh yeah, I went fishing too. That was fun. Caught a fish.
Nice.
You?
Trying to see. Oh yeah, thunderstorm. Yeah, yeah, that's us. I tried climbing it a way that I had never done before. That was fun, but it was
Scary.
rough. Yeah. And you put your, was that you or was that Ben? I can't remember. Did you put a banana in a tree?
I put a banana in a tree at the top of the mountain. Is it there? Do you go back?
It's definitely not there anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm?
I think you went like a bit later.
I may have. Yeah, I don't remember what, okay, Tower Rock is kind of my place. I go there a lot. So, yeah, I just said, you go to Tower Rock. I went to Tower Rock in May. Remember that.
Banana in a tree.
Yeah. August?
August, I moved out. I was gone a bunch. I was living with my parents and then I moved out right before I went to visit my cousin in Kalispell. And I was going to visit you too. I was actually going to split it up, like maybe 3 days in Kalispell and 2 days here.
Okay.
But then my mom decided to come, which is why I did not spend as much time here. And then my family decided to go to South Dakota like the next week. So I paid my rent for the entire month. I was only there for like a week.
Yeah.
It was great.
It's also when I was not awake and yeah, I don't know why. I just wouldn't wake up and she was in town. She was like, hey, are you like up or dead? And yeah, I'm gonna do that again.
Yeah, please don't.
August, I started school, and that was cool because I switched to AA, going from a B school, and it was very different. It was fun though. I got to start taking an actual film production class. So, and then at the end of the month, I was bit by a dog in a Walmart parking lot. I quit by then, so I'm not working for Walmart anymore. But I was walking to the parking lot, some dog sticks his head out of the window and bites me. That was the whole thing. Because like, so the owner wasn't at the car. So like we tried to find them, but didn't. So then we just like filed the report because you have to if something like that happens. And then it turns out the car was not, the person who owned the car was in jail. So apparently their mother had been driving the car, which we didn't know. So they had to find them, and then they found the dog. And the dog had its rabies shot, so I was clean. No rabies for me. But
That's interesting.
yeah. That's all that really happened.
So, we went to Glacier.
Yes. We were supposed to bike going to the Sun Highway, and then we didn't know the roads were open, and you can't really bike it in the middle of the day unless you want to be hit by a car. So
Most people don't want to be hit by cars.
no, not most. Not. But we went there, and it was cool.
Yeah.
It's out there. Like on the way back on the side of the road.
Oh, yeah,
there's a
I forgot
grizzly
about that.
bucket. Yeah.
Because it was just a little black bear that
Was it black?
Yeah, I was just sitting there.
I don't know, bears.
Yeah.
It was a bear.
Yeah. Yeah, so August, we went to Glacier. You saw me going through photos. Ooh, I got to see somebody I haven't seen in a long time. It's like my second family. That was good. Fun. Yeah. And then it was my godson's birthday. Oh, Kai. He's probably not watching.
I remember where I was when you told me that, and I was talking to him. I was driving home from Malaysia's. We went hiking a lot because he got back in August, so
At the end of August, Noah and I started doing a whole bunch of more photo shoots.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, those were fun. Yeah. He is a great girl. What else? I think that's about it. Oh, no, it's not. Right at the end of August. Remember? Okay, so it was behind the scenes. I was complaining.
oh yeah, I remember, yeah.
I was complaining about being stuck, and I was like, I want to go somewhere. Like,
Wait, you can't.
huh?
So he decided to go to Phoenix.
Oh, we can't do that?
No,
Oh, darn it.
that's not why I did it.
Okay. Well, yeah, I went to Phoenix, I guess. But yeah, you told me to go to Phoenix,
I told him to.
and I listened. I went back, I got to see Kate, and yeah, and then that kind of leads into September. I was like,
Is that when you drove back? You were at like the sand dunes or like
oh,
near?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's when I went to the sand dunes in Utah and stuff like that as well. So that was just a big trip all over the country. So yeah, September.
Do you remember?
Yes.
I'm looking back. I guess I never went camping that month, but I stayed at like cabins. So I got to go to one like out of town, a couple hours, which was fun. And we ended up knocking a huge rock off a cliff, and then like someone's neighbors came out and talked to us, but it was all good. And then I also went to the KOA right outside of Glacier, and that was fun. Just chilled and ate s'mores.
Nice.
Yeah.
we got bored again.
Yeah, I started working and school, and so then I got bored, and I decided to finally go to Yellowstone, which was something I'd been dreaming to do the entire summer.
And then I was like, wait, we should go together.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good.
That's when we went on the hike and we didn't eat anything.
Yeah, I wish we could do that the other day at the cave too.
Yeah, that was different.
That was different because we also had like sleep and stuff.
We had sleep.
We had sleep. We went on a hike without sleep and maybe had eaten an Oreo that morning. It was like 2 miles. 2 miles, but
Yeah.
straight up,
It was interesting.
to say the least.
Yeah. And then I went to stay with you for a couple of days in Cody.
Yeah.
And we hiked Heart Mountain, which is a really cool place. Oh, and then I got a job and at an editing place. Yeah. That was September. My goodness. Wow. Yeah. Oh, and it was Ben's birthday. I remember that. Happy birthday, Ben. Do you have anything else for September?
Work, school, Yellowstone, that's it.
And then then at that time we decided, oh, we should just see each other every month now that this has become a thing. Yeah.
What month? October.
October?
That
Don't
was-
change your voice like that. I was like,
We did our snowy hike. The Bob Marshall. Was it Bob Marshall? No, it was that in October? We went on a
oh
hike.
yeah, it was.
It was all sunny. It was all nice. Then we get like a mile in or something, and then it starts like blizzarding.
It was
weird.
It was like sideways snow.
Yeah. But that was a fun hike. It was just very snowy.
But yeah, that was good. That's also filming for the Great Tour as well. Not just, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Have fun, have business. Also in October.
I found this really cool photo on my phone. I took it somewhere.
Oh, that's cool.
What the?
Nowhere.
Dude, that's dope.
Is that a fire?
No, I think it's a storm.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Here, I'll show the people.
Show the people.
I dyed my hair pink.
You got it.
This
There.
photo I found on my phone. I apparently took it, but don't know how. It happened.
There we go.
Yeah, I dyed my hair pink for breast cancer awareness. It's across the street. It's now rose gold. It was just blonde. We went to Bannock.
We did go to back.
You guys have fun.
I was traveling for like that entire week. I came up here and we went to Bannock. That was fun.
Me and Alex did run. Oh, that was the last 2 days of October we filmed and wrote.
And Ben helped.
Yes, and then.
That was fun.
That was a fun project.
That was actually, yeah, that was good.
Mhm. It's also on the channel. You should watch it. It's a
Yes.
good one.
Do it. But it was funny because the beginning of that week, I saw you and everything was great. And then, then I went back home for like 2 days. I only stayed a night when I got back to work. And then my girlfriend and I decided to go to Rexburg. And that was eventful. But anyway, on the way back, I saw you actually that time too. On the way back, we had switched to Bozeman drivers because I knew that once we got there, like roads would start probably being like a lot worse. So I slept in the car while she drove the first part, and I didn't check my map, so it was trying to route us away from stoplights and stuff, and I ended up putting my Jeep in the ditch. We tried having people help us twice, and they just made it worse. And I was stuck in Bozeman for a day, got to miss work, had an emotional crisis, scared Alex out of his mind because he was on the phone with me as I put this car in a ditch.
I also hit a bird. I was driving too, and I hit a bird that flew right into my car, just as that happened.
So that was great.
Yeah.
And then I was without my car for an entire month because shady deals, I guess.
Bozeman is so weird. You never know.
What month are we on? October.
Yeah, we're
Yes,
so.
I did my first Halloween without like doing a costume or going trick or treating. So that was like kind of sad. I watched The Shining though. Good movie.
I haven't seen it yet. I'll watch it. I was, besides the pink hair, I was basically Marty McFly for Halloween because we did that trunk or treat.
No.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah, that's pretty much.
I was a business boy. That was my costume.
What actor died like the day, like the 30th? There was an actor that died and I was really upset about it. No, I'm trying to remember who died.
Wait. I mean, didn't like Chadwick,
Yes.
Yeah.
Was that?
No.
Oh, that was
He
enough.
did die this
He did
sometime
die,
this
but I
year.
don't think that's
That
what
was
I was
that was
upset
in September because that's when you gave me the Black Panther
Yeah.
comic book.
about. It was a different actor. It was Liam. No. It's a really old one. And I can't remember his name now. But another actor died, and he had a really good career. I can see his face, but I can't remember who he is.
Yeah. I think that's it for October. Wow, October.
Oh, Van Halen died. That was solid. Yeah. That was, I think, October. Yeah. A lot of people died in October.
A lot of people keep on dying.
Sean Connery died
That's who I'm thinking of. That's
That in October?
the last day.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember because the 31st, I made a bunch of friends and we were talking about doing the Sean Connery movie marathon. It didn't happen, but
Really fun. Remember,
November. I got my Life Scout. That was cool. So one step closer to Eagle.
yeah, almost there.
Of course. I hope to have it by this summer. It's a goal.
It's a good goal.
you got it.
How many firefighters are
I like the minimum amount to get Life Scout. So I just have, I think I need I know I need camping, cooking, personal finance, citizenship in the community, family life, and whatever the non-economical one. Yeah, uncommon. Well, it's the word for Earth stuff. Sustainability, that's the one. I think, and then maybe one more, so I need like 7 more. But I'm close on like half of them, just COVID. Like I need to volunteer for one of them. It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
No one's taking volunteers. But yeah, you know. November. Yeah, like good stuff that happened.
In November, I started testing the new phone and its night camera. And it's insane. Then I went to Makoshiga again. That was a lot of fun because I went to a lot of places around. You can hike off trail at that state park, just kind of like Tower Rock. So a lot of places to explore. And then I went to the Bighorns with you. It was fun. And Thanksgiving. We had Clark and Louise deliver our Thanksgiving dinner.
Their food is so good.
It's amazing.
I had one of their family meals like earlier in the year when everything started. It was so good. Right. Thanksgiving food.
Yeah. And then yours.
My cousin got back from his mission, which was cool. And I had a wilderness first responder class, which was cool.
Nice.
And then big wines. Everything's good. We took that finally that the laser done with whatever he wanted, and so we took that. And the formula out to where I was gonna take you, but you know, I really wouldn't have driven all that way. And we just had dunes.
I think November was. Oh, whoa, we skipped the biggest part.
What?
And that's okay. December.
What happened in November?
I was going to mention the elections, but nobody wants to talk about that.
It happened.
But that happened.
That happened.
And it was really interesting to see what,
Also,
what the reactions were.
I'm so jealous. Okay, Wyoming, please, if anybody's listening, can we please get like a voter information packet? Because we did not get that.
Yeah, so in Montana and probably most other states, when you get your now, Montana's always had mail-in ballots. You can request those online or something, and they send them to you. That's been here for about as long as I've been alive. And they also send a voter information pamphlet, which talks about like all the bills and laws in the state that are being voted on. And it has the law in print, the bill in print, and it explains what it means. And it has for arguments and against arguments from different committees. And it's really helpful to help people understand what they're voting for. And I guess Wyoming doesn't have them because
Wyoming doesn't, and that would have been nice.
yeah.
So please.
Yeah.
You bet.
November.
Um, yeah. That was about it.
Was the vaccine?
Huh?
Vaccine?
The vaccine.
When was that announced? Was that November?
No, that was December. That's
Yeah,
more recent.
December.
And they knew that they were working on it, but that hasn't been released until this month.
Which, by the way, go watch my video about the vaccine. It's fun. And it's completely non-political, as all things should be.
Even politics. I said even politics. Joking.
Yeah.
I feel like you're right though.
Yeah. December.
That was a pretty good month.
We're still in it.
We're still in it.
Every day. I guess me and Alex started doing more up on, that was fun. And, speech and debate started for me. That was a whole thing because it's online now, but it's fun still. It's just different, hard to do well.
Yeah.
But
Do we want to explain why we're rock climbing a little bit more?
yeah, want to do that now? Or
I'm not announcing it in the announcement video because I don't know if it would come out this year. Because like,
probably.
if we do not make it up there and we have to go back down, then production goes until 2022. So I think it's okay.
Okay,
Um,
so say it.
okay. Sterling and I are starting to train for summiting Granite Peak, which is the highest point in the state of Montana. Hopefully this coming summer. And it's the second/third hardest, most difficult state high point to ascend, after Denali in Alaska and arguably the highest peak in Wyoming. There's dispute about how difficult each one is, but yeah, still, even if it's third place, that's saying something. And yeah, I'm really excited. And yeah, I'll say it now because I don't know if it'll be this coming year or 2022, but I'm also documenting it, so. Yeah, and that's not going to be in the announcement video at all because I don't know when that's going to come out, but it is going to at some point. Even if it takes a few years. But yeah, so that's why we've started doing that. I'm not sure how much of that will be in the vlogs though, because, you know.
Just climbing.
Yeah, but, by the way, we could talk about that after the live stream.
Okay.
What
else happened? December, right? Yeah.
Yeah, my dad wants you to explain, how speech and debate is done online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, it's on this website and it's like for speech and debate and stuff. And basically it's kind of like a Zoom meeting, but online. Well, no, it's not online. It's speech and debate on a Zoom meeting, basically. And like, you kind of join your room and then like your judge is there. And it's a rule that the judge doesn't need to have their camera on, which is really weird to give a speech to no one. So I guess we're gonna be put in teachers' positions. But so many problems with it though, because you're using this like third party like office like Skype thing that they bought out to do the meet song, and like every meet, there's like someone who won't load for, or like they'll like join the room, everything looks normal, like no one's talking or no one can hear them or see them, just like they're not even there. And it's a whole thing, but it's nice. You're able to get your like ballots a lot easier because it's all online now, so you can just like look it up. But other than that, it's weird online. Plus, if you don't have exceptionally good internet, and we're doing this at school normally, the video quality is very low. And when you're in my event and have visual aids, it's very hard. But other than that, it's pretty good. It's okay.
Sterling, are they doing like, are you guys going one at a, like one person in the judge at the time, or all?
So
Is it like?
most events, it's everyone in the room at the same time, and like, and then I do impromptu as well. So that we have like this separate meeting room for all of the impromptu people, which is the waiting room. And then basically one person goes in at a time. And normally the way it works is like you go into your event room, give your speech, and then like go out into the hallway normally to call out the person, and then like come back in and watch them and everyone else give their speech. But now like people leave the room, go get the person from the waiting room, and then just leave. So like no one watches the speeches, which is weird. But
Well, that's how they do extent generally.
yeah, the first meet was very bad because they like did a separate waiting room for every single impromptu event, which meant like you had eight extra rooms which were being used just for people to sit around, and it took up all of the bandwidth. And that's already had all of our problems, but they fixed it by making one room.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think I would like that.
It's okay, but hope next year is better.
Uh,
I'm listening. I'm gonna check it
We have
out.
to talk about marriage thing.
Oh, yeah, there's that. Very interesting. It's like actually really fun.
Mhm.
For me, I don't know if it's funny to
It's funny.
you.
I got my wisdom teeth out as well. Yeah.
oof.
Yeah.
Are you gonna explain that?
Yeah. So back to May or April, when my sister got engaged. So the original plan was to have the wedding be sometime in the summer of next year in London, because that's where her fiance is from. And that's why like everything's so weird, because we're in America and Montana, other side of the world is her fiance. So we find out that there's this law only in Montana that you can get married to someone who isn't there as long as you have a witness. So they decide they're going to get legally married on sometime this December. I forgot the exact date. So they do get married in Montana law. So like in the US, they're married. And then a week or two later, they find out that the England courts don't accept proxy marriages like that because both people have to be there. So in England, they're not married, but in the States, they are. So what's going to happen is we're going to try to get him to come here on a marriage visa and then get them divorced. And then the same day, go to somewhere else in the courthouse and get them married. And it's going to be wild.
It's so strange that you have to get divorced to get married.
Yeah, we don't get it. No one at the courthouse really knew that was a thing either until like we brought it up to them.
It's like, oh, how do we do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christmas happened.
Christmas.
Christmas
Yeah.
is good.
We didn't have a white Christmas.
No.
Yeah, we
There was no
It was not.
weird for Montana.
And whatever.
It's not really, it's not weird though.
It's not, yeah, it's not weird at all. It's just,
We're normally
Not
pictured
just-
as a cold, snowy city.
yeah, yeah. You know, often the first half of, or the first part of Montana's winters are often like this.
Mhm.
And then in January, it'll start getting rough, usually. Last year was really snowy during Christmas. I remember that. Yeah, Christmas.
My birthday.
Yeah, birthday. I'm 1 old now. If you know what that means, I'm proud of you. Because I'm going to say that from now on, and no one can stop me. Except for maybe the law, if I get in trouble, which hopefully I don't. How old are you? A school. What the heck does that mean? Yeah, and Christmas dinner. We made it. We didn't get it from Park and Movies. Makes sense. They probably weren't open. Yeah. Oh, the Christmas star. Jupiter and Saturn, the great conjunction.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Neither
Yeah.
did.
So I did because I drove out of town. So Great Falls happened to have lots of clouds when that was happening. So basically, it was just Jupiter and Saturn were so close they looked like a double planet, and it was a little brighter in the sky. So I wanted to see it and photograph it. So I went to Helena, and I got it there. And that was a lot of fun because I also got to see my grandparents for the first time in quite a while. So that was fun. They don't get a lot of visitors right now because my grandmother does not have an immune system at all. So yeah.
And the cave.
Cave.
I've been waiting to tell
Take
this
care,
story.
Alex.
Ben, I hope you're watching because I told you, boy, do I have a story for you, and then I never told you. Let me text him.
That was fun.
Gosh. That's all that happened, yeah.
How did finals go for you?
Hmm?
How did finals go for you?
I don't have finals until the middle of January.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm good for a little bit.
Yeah.
Our video production class, that has been like weird because basically every project that has been done in the class for like the past 10 years, we had to cancel all of them this year. Like make up our own thing last minute. It is going somewhere. But okay.
The cave.
Okay.
This is one of the best adventures.
This is great.
This is the second best adventure after the drug price and so on.
You missed some of my adventures.
Oh yeah, no, yeah,
The float trip.
the float trip.
Yeah, so.
Okay. I
Right,
don't know.
okay.
Yeah. So it was my birthday. And I was like, this will be kind of in a vlog later. So, you had mentioned you're like, oh, well, there's a cool cave hike. Or you wanted to go hiking, and you mentioned that, and I was like, oh, that sounds awesome. Why don't we do it tomorrow? Because fun. So us three went into the Little Belt Mountains, which are over there. And they're little because they're not very tall. And I thought, well, there's no snow here, so there shouldn't be any snow even there. Well, we were wrong. And what's weird is that the snow is also in the lower 4 elevations,
Yeah,
which is weird. I mean,
it doesn't make sense.
it doesn't
It's
melt
okay.
because there's not as
The
much
shade?
sun. Yeah, I think that's what it
That's
was.
the only reason.
Yeah. But man, it is so, the road is gravel and there's like this much ice. You guys can't tell how much that is. Like
Like an inch of ice.
an inch of
That's a lot
ice
of
over
ice.
the entire gravel road. Getting down was easy because there's a down incline. And I was in my little Civic, also known as Nico. And we went on the hike. It was cold. Granite kept falling down. But then we made it to the cave, and that was awesome. I'm definitely going back there in the spring. And
Yeah.
We went inside the cave.
yeah, we went inside the cave. It's a huge cave, so we didn't go very far.
We didn't scare each other.
You want to talk about the cave? You know a little bit.
Yeah, so the cave, I won't say its name because generally people try to keep it a bit more secret. So if you really want to find it, look it up using the information we're hinting. But
Yeah, it's in the little wells.
but it's like a very large cave, and we didn't have, none of us had been there before. My brother had, and that's how I found out about it. So I just decided we could go up and check it out, but like everyone says, don't go around the cave if you don't have a guide. You'll probably either fall off a ledge or get lost. So we basically just went to like the second room, which is pretty big. But if you get to the end of it, it's a dome room that's like big enough to fit a Boeing 747, which is pretty large. So yeah, we just kind of went to the second room, looked around, took some photos, and then went out.
Yeah.
And
And that's where
that's where everything went
went wrong.
somewhere.
Yeah,
On
it
the way
went,
back, I was not the only one falling.
Yeah,
I just
This-
like went out, so I was Sterling.
It was-
I'm not going down by myself on this one.
deep and slippery snow while you're climbing. Well, we climbed up and now we're climbing down the side of the mountain. Where you slip a lot more. And we fell a lot.
A lot.
No one got hurt too bad.
yeah.
But that was,
Didn't you fall at all?
he didn't once, 'cause he, well,
I fell once.
I feel like once.
he heard his little screams. Like,
Well, that was slipping. I didn't really fall.
yeah, I hit my side off the rock.
It was Sterling, me, Evan. Alex was behind us with his tripod.
Yeah, I only had 3 limbs to work with.
We had 4, I fell more.
Yeah.
But you have like our treads, or you could walk in our steps.
Yeah, but also I do something that I feel like is probably not good for my ankles, but I call it mountain goating. Mountain goating. So like when I'm on the side of the thing, like I have my foot like this. It's probably not good for my ankles, but it makes me really balanced, and it's like,
I think I still would have fallen over.
it's just a balance thing. I've been climbing a lot more than either of you have been,
Yeah.
just my entire life, so.
So we get back to the car.
Yeah, so get back to the car.
Get back to the car. The entire time, you guys don't really know, the entire time I'm like, I have no idea how we're gonna get out of this. Yeah. But I put it beside us because I was like, I don't want to worry about that right now. I want to have fun with the freaking cake. So we did. And then,
You almost lost.
yeah, so we had to push it up a little bit.
We had to push it up.
You pushed the accelerator.
Yeah,
We pushed.
we all did our parts.
Right.
And we got it up a little bit. And then there was this turn. And the turn was way worse than any part of the road. Could not get it. There is these helpful, lovely people, and they have this higher rise, four-wheel drive truck, big winter tires, and it could not get us through that. Couldn't tow us. So we tried again and again. People were trying to help us. The help was more successful than your help in your ditch situation because it didn't make things worse.
It didn't make
It just didn't make things better. So I went back, I drove the car back down to a pullout on the road and was like, all right, my parents can come and get us, it's fine. I think that's basically all that went wrong. It's just we couldn't get out.
Yeah.
We had cell service. Sterling was working.
I had a stove and hot dogs.
Yeah, so the plan was to go to a different hike, and then he was going to cook us some dinner. And so instead of going on the hike that we had planned, he stayed at the car and cooked dinner, and Courtney and I found a spot for my parents to come and pick us up. Then we came back, we had hot dogs, and they were delicious.
They were absolutely divine.
Yeah.
Oh, now I want a hot dog.
They're so
And then, yeah, they are. And then we started walking up. We took everything out of the car. Started walking, and then one of the people that had tried to help us, they live on that road, and they have a car that could make that turn. They drove past us, and they gave us a ride back up to the top. So it wasn't as bad of a walk as I thought. Well, it wasn't going to be bad, but
Yeah, it wasn't gonna be a bad walk.
It was only
a long walk.
it was 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And so,
We were alone.
yeah, a lot longer. Got to the top. My parents were there. And then we had Panda. Went home and watched Twister. And then the next day was Operation Save the Weekend.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't there.
You weren't there.
You-
You still have your car.
I still have my car. Yep.
So we found cable chains for my tires. We got sand in case we needed the sand, the turn. And we went back and then we walked all the way down. And I brought a sled.
We put the sand in the sled.
Yeah, yeah, that was so difficult. I mean, it made it much easier than
Carrying it down.
than hiking 240 pounds of sand on our shoulders.
Mhm.
But it was still really annoying. And
It was kind of funny though.
yeah, and then we made it down there, figured out how to put the tire chains on, and we got it all tightened, and it worked.
It worked. Nico is back.
Yeah, it worked like it was like there was nothing wrong with the road at all. Like that's almost how easy it was to drive. I had a little bit of sliding trouble when we got up to the top on that corner that was giving us problems. We slid a little bit, but it wasn't like we were stuck. So
Yeah.
that was good. And then got back here, and then that was dead. I was tired. Not actually dead. I'm still here.
Where are you?
Yeah. That's the fun little story. Actually, one of the best birthdays ever. And it definitely wouldn't have been if you guys weren't there. So, yeah, thank you. Yeah, and that was like 2 days ago. That happened like 2 days ago.
Yeah, and then that's the year.
It's pretty much the year.
And then there's tomorrow.
There's tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day.
And that's when it's gonna be the worst.
Yeah, sure. There's
So
some
calm before the storm. December's been pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be December 31st. Like,
December
Forever.
32nd.
It just goes into a time loop. Okay.
Groundhog Day of 2020.
Yeah.
are we really doing the lobby thing?
Oh, yeah, if you guys,
You want me to find it?
yeah,
What?
there's a funny meme and I really want to do it again because it's just funny.
And the whole thing is, I've seen other videos like this. I don't remember what they are. Hold up.
Yeah.
Okay, if you start the mummy at exactly, by the way, 11:21 at 11:21, 43 seconds PM on December 31st, Brooke O'Connell will say, "Here we go again at midnight to start the new year."
Here we go again.
My favorite was the person who did it wasn't the Amazing, whatever the first Spider-Man movies were called. It was on Peter Parker says pizza time, but directly at 12 o'clock, and the person put the pizza in the oven to go off at 12 o'clock. That was great.
Is it there one like for Iron Man 2, like going into the new year with Iron Man or something? I think there's one for Iron Man 2.
Oh, probably.
But yeah, so if you're bored, you can just watch the mummy.
Yeah,
What else?
that's it.
I also I became senior patrol leader back in March. I forgot to mention.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So I'm the leader of my scout trip, but it started like a week before quarantine.
Oh, man.
So I've basically only been the senior patrol leader for online meetings. And it's very rough.
They better give you another turn.
I'm gonna just not become reelected until like a year after
Yes. That's wise.
staying.
That means,
That was like,
as far as I'm concerned, that means you'd be the longest running SPL.
yeah, because you were the longest before me.
Yeah, I think I'm still the longest, a year and a half, because they changed it it used to be a year, and then they changed it to 6 months. And then I ran that last 6 months.
I don't even know who it would be. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, senior patrol leader is the leader of a troop
In scout.
in Scouts.
Yeah,
It's very fun.
but I'll beat you home in 2 years.
Darn. Yeah. That's a good thing. It teaches you a lot of leadership skills.
Yeah, I like basically taught everything I could teach out of the book. So now we just do merit badges.
Yeah.
But it's sad, but it's getting better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 2020.
That is 2020.
Woohoo!
Yeah. It's a big year.
It is big here.
Now let's go over everything bad that happened.
Let's not do it.
Honestly, it's kind of been a good year though, because I'm able to get out a lot more.
Yeah.
There were some funny things that happened. Not necessarily funny, but like the first few days, yeah. World War III, the first day of 2020. The Pope slaps a woman the second day.
Yeah.
Forgot what happened the third, but
Yeah. I was really looking forward to there being a whole bunch of monoliths appearing all over the world for December. And I don't know if people jumped on that bandwagon.
remember killer hornets or killer wasps?
Oh, yeah.
That was a thing. I was watching YouTube yesterday, and do you know what the onion is?
Yes.
They made a video 12 years ago about a disease in China that was going across the country. I'm like,
Okay, well, no, this is not the first disease to come out of China. In the past 10 years, there have been 3. Yeah. I don't know enough on that subject to go further. That's what I know. Yeah,
yes, okay.
that's what happens when you have disgusting markets. But that's okay, I guess. Yeah. So that's the good in 2020, and there's a lot more. A lot more of it will be shown tomorrow. And then on January 1st, the announcement video, which will cover things that Cascade Productions will be working on in the new year. Hopefully it'll be a better year, but all we are promised is a new year, so
Yeah.
And that's gonna be dope.
and all we can do to make it great is to do it ourselves. So, yeah. Anything else you two want to say before we end it?
I guess. Should we look talking about the new year? Does anyone have goals for the new year?
You know what? I have not thought about a goal because, I mean, besides all of the stuff that I want to make, yeah, I've just been focusing on this year. I guess a goal I have is to be more prepared for anything and everything. And to learn rather than look the other direction. Something I failed at a lot this year, especially when things like masks become a question. You know, I think I want in the new year, I want to learn how to empathize with pretty much anybody. You know, so there's that.
Mine are a bit less like, mine are a bit more like, do this. But I guess get my Eagle Scout and then try to make at least 3 short films.
Mm.
I direct.
Oh,
Like
nice.
my own, yeah. I already have 2 ideas.
I'll help you with that.
Thanks. I was expecting you to. I was hoping you were.
Yeah.
But
And if we do enough skits and short films as Cascade Productions, I'll let you do a few, maybe more than a few, just depends.
Oh yeah, also, we're gonna climb a mountain.
Yeah, that's
a
another
big-
goal. 2021, I want to summit,
The mountain here.
yes, that's probably the biggest that I'm looking at right now, is that. Have the great tour, more on that tomorrow. No. January 1st. More on that January 1st. What about you, goals?
Mission. Just kidding. I'm going on a mission.
Yeah.
So make it to age 19 and go.
All right. That's a good goal. Yeah. I think that's everything. Well,
I was gonna just say, and happy 2020.
Happy 2020.
Yeah.
One more day.
One more day.
It'll be good.
28 hours, wait, not 28.
36 hours.
No, 32 more hours.
32 hours.
32
more
hours.
I was so close though, and I didn't even do that. Don't be proud of me, because I should be able to know how much time is left in the freaking year. Yeah. I hope you guys had the best 2020 that you could with all of the obstacles that everybody faced. At the end of the year, that's really what we should look at is, yeah, there's always going to be hurdles every year. Just how we react to it and jump over them. That's what makes the years better. So hopefully, Happy New Year. Let's go into 2021 ready to fight the obstacles and have a great new year. So yeah, with that, we will see you tomorrow. Well,
Tomorrow.
we will actually see you next year, but hope to see you guys in the Upstream video and the announcement video coming on the first day of the new year. So yeah, that. Bye everybody.
See ya.
To walk towards the camera because we don't have the technology for a cool stop and start thing. Lol.
Goodbye. Yo, it's me. Wait.